wits about you. You're right. No one's.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rolls to Astonish, where we're playing Jags Wonderland. Hopefully, with the real finale this time. Apparently, Caleb's going to join us. I'm Steven. I'm your ever-present host.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
And I am playing Sarah Sparrow, our resident nerd occultist. Joining me today is the creator. Is Caleb, my kid, as well as.
Caleb's going to run the game.
Yeah, Caleb's going to run it.
Thank God.
We also joining me today is the creator of Jags Wonderland and our GM, Marco.
Hi there.
Also joining me is Zach.
Hi there. Playing Russell.
Haley.
Hey, I'm playing the punk bully, soon turning herself into a devil, Jules. Yeah.
And Eric.
Hello, everyone.
Alright. Who wants to give a recap of what happened last
Definitely
time?
the son of a Russian mafia member.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes, that's pretty much confirmed at this point since we saw them
Well, I can't exactly.
shooting
answer
up
it
one.
now. They're recording something. They're recording.
So last time we had
Low enough.
so the world in shortly, if we don't stop it, we've seen the future and it's full of fire. In a last attempt to stop it, we broke into the engineering company that created the original breach into Wonderland. We're a little foggy on exactly what the timeline or the scenario would be, but they created some kind of elevator to Wonderland, and that goes down to wherever all of this is starting from. So we took it down, and we've come out in this kind of model. Everything is simplified. There's no people. It's quiet. It's dark. It's got a kind of a super darkness that absorbs light, and there are the enormous tower things in the looming on the horizon that could be, gigantic skyscrapers or monuments or something. I don't know that we're 100% sure what they are, but they seem to be the source and the solution of the problem. And we've been making our way towards it on foot because while there are vehicles here, they're all low polygon, fake.
They're toys.
Things.
They are toys.
It's all a video game.
Toys or
It's a sim.
models or something.
You guys walk past a completely working Cybertruck without realizing it.
Fuck.
Oh no, not the Cybertruck.
However, will we get to the cyber gates?
The wisdom of Elon Musk is lost on us, unfortunately. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So we're so that's fine. So we're on we're making our way there, and we've run into a couple of bad guys. We this kind of thing, was laying in wait for us, and it popped out and fought with us, and
I basically blew his chest open with
yeah,
a
you were
gun
just
arm. Fight me, bitches.
right. We kept going, but it had some sort of affinity, I think, for me. Could be wrong about that. Wasn't real overt. It didn't seem to understand Russian when I spoke it at it, so. But then the next thing we came upon, it looks like a blur. And the thing that was fighting me was particularly brutal and vulgar and mutilated. It had a cinder block on a chain or a stone block on a chain that was like a flail for a hand instead of a hand. And the thing we're fighting now looks like a hole in space or a blur. And who did it?
Me. It's literally eating me and my colors.
It takes you out. It hit you with something that turns you into a ghost. And it's gonna.
I can't
it
touch things. I can't blow it
that's
up.
why you got me, Russell. Right on, bitch.
Should I just possess you then?
No, I'm gonna shoot it.
You can move partially inside her, but you can't actually possess.
Damn.
Let's not do that.
What do you mean? I want to use your gun arm.
All right.
Do not invade my body unless I give you permission, asshole.
Unfortunate-
Oh, wow, you made it like that.
Well, that's not what I meant. But anyway, the unfortunately, when I had to leave last time, my computer rebooted overnight, and which means that I lost the. Well, it's fine, but I had a file open where I was tracking initiative, and I lost it. So I want us all to start on a new turn. Unfortunately, I have the damage that was done,
Alright, that works.
but I don't have the initiative scores that we had rolled.
That's fine. And just saying this now, curse you, Windows, and your fucking updates.
Well, yeah. Well, all things being even,
That's not how you're supposed to type.
rather have a Windows
There we
update than a compromised machine. So,
I mean, honestly, buddy, I've had the same thing happen to me twice. When I've left stuff open for games and I forgot to save them because, you know.
yeah.
So Vassal, being slow, blows his initiative by 3. About
I
average
mine
for
by
him.
1, so I'm not that bad.
I missed it by 1.
Did you make it by 1?
I missed it by 1.
What are we rolling?
Initiative.
It's
'Cause we lost
initiative.
initiative from last time.
Okay. So I have 2 -1s, a -3, and Russell
Plus-
rolls a.
I got +3.
Oh, you got. You
Or,
got. Sarah,
well, no,
Sarah
no,
got
no, an over 3, botched by
Minus-
3.
-3.
-3. Okay.
Minus
Okay. And Russell
-1.
-1. Okay. So I got 2 -1s and 2 -3s. All right.
3. That works.
It's going to eat me.
Not if I can help it.
Well, everyone goes first. So what happened is this thing has sort of bloated out. Its feet are on the ground, but it's moving like it's sliding over the ground, and you can't see it well. But in the darkness of the shadows, once it moves out into the light, you can catch images of it around it. And it's like the shape of a human with these tendrils of blank space or nothingness or blind spot coming off of it, like a corona wrapping around it. And one of them snapped out and hit Russell directly in the chest, and he's gone gray and translucent. And Russell, you can feel yourself slowly sort of leaking away. You don't necessarily know if you're dying, but it's like everybody around you is getting further and further away.
I feel like I'm melting, guys.
You better not be melting, damn it.
Okay,
Alright.
so Jules and
Before you kill it, everything will go back to normal.
I hope so.
Russell can go first. Russell, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do because you're out of phase. Is the technical term for it in Jags. But you do have an action, so you can,
Can it? So does this thing talk like the other one? Or
No, it
does
has yet to make a sound, and the other one only talked once,
Hmm.
and what it said wasn't very nice.
But did it say?
What are? I guess I'll ask
it
it. I
wasn't
guess I'll ask it
very
a question.
nice.
Why not? And then move back. Move back a little bit. I'll ask it something.
Okay,
what
do you
are
wanna ask?
you?
Okay, you. By the way, I just moved you guys to the street view because it's
Oh boy.
right there, pretty much among you. You can remember what it looks like. And it's out in the, it's in the light there. I'm going to give it a roll. You ask it, what are you?
Mhm.
There is a sound like the wind moaning softly. You remember it. You remember sleeping in a relative's farmhouse, where because of the way the construction was done, at night, if the wind blew strongly, you would hear this soft moaning sound through the eaves, and What it says is alone.
Alone?
That's the one word that you think you hear. Jules, you get to go.
Okay, you already know pretty much my answer. She just literally saw this thing pretty much smack Russell and turn him into a ghost.
What?
Okay. You didn't like my fire? I'm trying to think. Didn't I use my gun on it last time? And it did nothing?
No, you used your gun on it and it did damage.
Some damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do.
You
now.
can you can damage this thing. It's a bit resistant to damage, but you can damage it. Certainly.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. In that case, we're going to go ahead and fire it again and see if this time we can actually do a bit more damage than I did last time.
Okay. It is at no negative to be hit.
It's against my coordination. God damn it. Well, I fucked that up by 6.
Boom! There is this explosion from back in the darkness. You can see pieces of, block and stuff. Sarah and Vasily both get to go. It is slow.
Sarah,
It is among you. You can strike it hand to hand if you.
Sarah, why don't you go ahead and see if you can pry it open?
Sarah,
Yes.
you can go.
Okay. How's Taylor doing?
She has sort of recoiled in, off to the side, and she is, huddled down. She's not sitting. She's kind of in a low crouch, with her hands up, but it's not really a fighting stance.
That's definitely a not. Please don't
A little
hurt
bit
me
of a coward.
stance.
Yeah.
All right.
A little coward.
Can my radiant light thing hit these guys or this
Yeah.
guy? All right.
Yes.
Rainbows. We go. All right. I'm gonna fire off my rainbows.
Okay. What exactly is the power?
It's the same as radiant, same damage and effects as radiant light or something like that. I'm pulling it up now. I need to pull it up.
Okay.
This
All
is
right.
this is my this is from my butterfly wings.
Yep.
While you're looking at it, I'll go because I'm going to. I tell the thing. It would be. It would. I see that you're alone, and you don't have to be, and it would be very sad if you were to die alone, which is what's going to happen if you don't give us back our friend. I'm going to peck at it.
All right.
Okay.
Golden light. There we go. Found it. So I do 14 impact damage.
What's the can you read me the description of? Well, actually,
The character can cast
that's-
golden light from his hands for damage as per the table. Ranges. The butterfly thing is you can cast rainbows. These rainbows are shimmering. These rainbows, shimmering lines of light from one's hands, strike for listed damage as per golden light against inanimate objects, but against people they will simply cause a damage roll for wound type.
Okay.
That's what.
Yeah,
it is.
I got it. Yep.
So what do I do?
Well, actually, Vasily, let's do Vasily first.
Okay, yeah, let Vasily do his thing first.
Well, I'm going to step in, and I am going to snap at it with my
Your axe beak.
battle axe like beak. Yeah. Okay, I roll a 10. I'm not great with my beak, but that hits by 0.
Okay, you hit it.
Hey.
Roll. Yeah. No.
I roll a 9, which gets me.
Minus. I think that's minus 20%.
The 9 will be minus 20. Yeah, so minus 2. So I do 11 base, so that will be 9. 9 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay, that takes 5 REA, which I have 10 REA, so I can attack it again.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I
Slice
say
it
no. Anything
again.
more? I'm assuming when I take a moment to see if it's rethought its life choices, I don't notice anything.
Well, actually, that's a 15. So when you talk to it about that, there is something you say that makes it flinch back. You're not sure precisely which line it was, but you said that, and it like the tendrils retract, like it touched something hot.
I say, why don't you set things right, and you can come along with us for as far as we go, and we can all be together. You don't have to be alone anymore, and we don't have to bury you here on this desolate road.
It is frozen. It is at +5 to be hit.
Wow.
So if I wait, it's going to cost me 2, and I won't be able to attack again.
You think you want to hit it?
I was going to say I'm glad to see that it's having a human reaction, but it doesn't matter. I miss it. I roll 14. Oh wait, no, I'm +5. I hit it. I actually hit it by 1.
Okay, roll your damage.
I roll a 12. Sorry, apparently we're ruthless. That does straight up 1 times damage, 11 points of damage.
You've now done 20. When you hit it, there is this crack through it, and you can see like the street behind it. Like it's no longer this anymore. Like more of it comes into view, which is nothing, which means you can see more of the area around it. Russell, you feel some of the draining stop, and now Sarah, you get to go.
Okay. Golden
So
light.
what's going to happen is this: you roll to hit it, and you roll normally for damage.
Okay.
However, instead of doing cumulative damage, where I mark down however much damage it took, which is how it would work normally, we just check the damage you did and see if it would have forced a minor, major, or critical wound roll. Right? And then it makes that roll if it would force one. If it would not force one, it has no effect.
Okay.
So, go ahead and roll to hit.
All right. So this
Open
is against
prayer,
my
open
ranged,
prayer.
I guess.
It is, range, which is coordination or a skill, if you have one.
Well, I have firearms. Does that count?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. That's
that's
the generic range combat skill.
All right. So that's 8 versus my 12. So I made it by 4.
Well, actually, you made it by 9. It's frozen. It's just completely stuck. Whatever it was that actually said to it. It stuck it.
Oh, perfect then.
That works.
I made by 9.
Okay.
This is
roll
20.
and add 9. This is on the impact damage table.
Let me pull up my thing real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Impact damage table. So that's the top table, right?
Yep.
Come on, big numbers. That's
Maybe.
pretty good. No, it's not. That 6 counts as 0. Damn it.
Yep.
So that's a 8 plus
What
9,
are you
though.
doing?
That's a 17.
17. Okay, which is plus 3,
That is plus 2.
plus 2. So plus 20%. How much damage do you do?
Plus 20%? That's what that
Yeah,
means?
plus 2. It's 17 is plus 2 or plus 20%, whichever is better.
Oh, I did not realize that. Okay, that makes things a lot different. All right. So my
Well, it makes a big difference at higher levels of damage. It makes at 10 points of damage, it's the same.
yeah. So my golden light
Yep.
does 14 impact at small.
Okay, so so plus 20% is roughly plus 3.
So 17.
17.
17. That is enough to force a wound, a minor wound.
Yay. Maybe it will be
You
unconscious.
you throw this battery of rainbows at it, and these things splash across it, and you hear Taylor scream something.
What?
You can make a perception roll if you want to understand. She shrieks something. It sounds like yeah.
13 versus my 12, missed by 1?
No, you don't know what it was she screamed, but her eyes go wide.
Oh no.
And this.
Should we all roll? Or?
You could roll. It's these things
I swept it.
splash across it.
Ah. 2.
To let you know.
Yes.
The worst possible result is unconscious, which means the target falls asleep for a few hours or until struck. Being hit is actually kind of pleasant.
Yes, you're right. I remember that. So this thing hits.
Oh, Vasily got a 9.
They swirl around it. Oh, Vasily got a 9?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. She screamed, "Care Bears!"
God damn it.
I didn't hear it. What did you scream?
Care Bears.
Bears, yes!
Because of course.
This
God
thing
damn it.
freezes, and Russell, all of the others, like I said, you felt yourself draining away, and it was like a distancing from the other living beings around you. And suddenly everything snaps back into focus. You are whole and solid again, and this thing has evaporated, leaving nothing but sort of smudges in the air. There is a chill wind blowing from the mist, and you can feel a sense of sort of you can feel it. It's like moisture from mist, maybe, but it's also like it's also like dust, like a very fine powder that is this grayness that is around. And the streets are now quiet and still.
I guess.
So Sarah's like,
I'm back to normal.
Sarah's like,
God.
well, that worked. Effective.
What the fuck did you shoot? What the fuck?
Pew!
Sarah!
Sarah just does
Well,
like
Taylor is like, can you do that again?
Sarah shoots rainbows again.
Okay, she just stares. She's like, she's for whatever reason, this is a game changer for this.
This is a game changer.
Whatever happened
It's
to
not
staying
scary.
incognito,
It's
guys?
not scary
This
suddenly.
automatically took a turn for the weird. You got me that's basically turned into a devil. We have an angel that throws explosives. We have an electric reindeer. And then we have freaking Sarah, the brainiac, throwing rainbows all over the place.
Yes, it appears.
Freaking quirky superhero team. What the fuck?
It appears that the electric reindeer and the grenade throwing angel were not
We
particularly
weren't doing it for
comforting
her.
to her, but yes, but
Oh, come on.
the small
Come on.
butterfly throwing
I'm
rainbows.
halfway there, right? I'm an angel.
The
He's
small,
a
the small,
churchgoer.
the small.
Yeah, you're not sure why it's not quite connecting, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm like, did you notice that my antlers have lightning? That's pretty cool, right?
Oh god, man.
I mean, you're also fluffy. You have a mane.
Okay,
He
let's
says,
I am,
there can't be any more of those. We can get out that way, can't we? Can't we get out down there?
Yeah. Sarah settles back down on Taylor's shoulder, and she says like, I can teach you what I know about the world later once we get finished with whatever is going on here.
Yeah, let's wrap this up first, and then we'll start discussing rainbows and all that crap. We'll shoot you.
And
again.
what
I
happened
keep-
to staying
I'll fuck off.
incognito?
Sarah just shoots rainbows again. Pew!
God damn it. Alright, anyway, let's move forward before I end up shooting Sarah.
There was one thing I wanted to do real quick.
Uh-huh.
So So it evaporated into nothing, right?
Yes.
Is there anything they leave? So it's like fine dust and whatnot.
Well, it's the dust seems to be like the part of the fog. What you're trying to find some remnant of it?
Yeah, I said it was alone, so I wanted to take a piece of it with us. Take it with me.
Make a willpower roll.
A willpower roll. Okay. I actually have a pretty decent will right now. That's. Hey, can I use my success points?
You can. No, you cannot use your success points because you blew the roll.
Damn.
However, go ahead and make an observation roll.
All right.
Perception.
Hey,
That's a
that's
5?
pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah.
you may not need your success points. Did you make it by, how much did you make it by?
My perception, I believe, was 10, so I made it by 5.
Okay. You will need to spend 1 success point, actually 2 success points to make it by 7.
That's fine.
Okay, you spend 2 success points. There is a small, it looks like the shape of a comma.
Huh.
This small little wispy thing in the air, blowing around kind of randomly. You can't see it, but you can see the absence of it around there.
Can I try to draw it into me?
You can grab it,
towards
yeah.
my chest.
You can grab it.
I grab it, and I hold it like a little flame in my hands.
You can feel it.
What is that?
Don't worry, you're with us now.
Fear of being alone.
Don't worry, you're with us now.
Why are you taking a piece of that with us, Russell?
What? It was alone. Why not take it with us?
Because the fucker tried to kill you, that's why!
Well, I guess I'm a good definition of an angel, huh? Very forgiving.
I'd smack you in the back of the head with this gun if it didn't.
When you touch it, you do absorb it. Yes, it's.
It goes right into my chest, just like.
Yeah. You have this sense. There are great big huge things circling around outside the range of these towers. And you can feel one of them.
Whoa.
It's not a good feeling. These things are dark and predacious. This isn't, but you could feel a connection, like a line, like a telegram system running out of this thing's nexus and into the great gray mist. You guys continue onwards?
Let's keep going.
Yep.
Russell just pats where his chest where he absorbed the thing.
Russell.
I can feel the big thing we're trying to find now.
Well,
wait,
there's a big thing around us somewhere.
There are
Big
things out in the shadows.
A lot of things.
Up ahead, you see the tower, and there are 4 figures. You can't really see them.
What is that?
They are standing there. They are hooded.
It's the guys from the Ox Industries website who do all the same pose.
Oh God.
That could definitely be them. It's hard to tell.
You can't tell too much. They're hooded. They are standing there, but Taylor recognizes them from this distance. It's her. It's Amy. It's Amethyst. Those are her.
Who now? Who the fuck is Amethyst?
Amethyst, Amy, the lady. She was the big tree person.
Oh, fuck the first tree lady! Shit!
Huh?
Well, this
And
isn't.
I see her from this distance, so I'm opening fucking fire.
Well, yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit, fuck
Taylor
that shit.
is terrified of her. You can see these things.
Okay.
There is a very faint movement of air here.
Can I like try to calm her down and be like, look, we got this. They can't hurt you. We can handle this. They don't control you anymore. You know,
Well,
that
looks
sort
like
of
it's
thing.
gonna be one versus
Flash
1v1.
out, start opening fire.
She looks very, very nervous.
Persuasion.
I'm throwing grenades.
Okay, while you're doing that persuasion roll, let me ask this again. As we're looking at these people, would Jewel actually notice among them the
Now, she's.
birch tree lady?
What's that? Say that again.
Would Jewel notice the birch tree lady among this group? Because, you know, she doesn't exactly blend in.
Would Jules know the birch tree lady from this group?
Would she be able to see her? Since, you know, Taylor's going on about this amethyst.
Right. Well, you actually you recognize who Lady Amethyst, Miss Amy, whose real name is Amethyst, who is the female lead at the Dominion cult. You know who that is, and you can't see it from here. I mean, they're not in the shape of a tree. This is not her twisted, warped form.
Not yet, anyway.
Not yet.
All right, Jewel.
But but I mean, you know, Taylor recognized it long before any of you guys would have.
Guys, I think these might be in some ways reflections of us and the things we're afraid of. They may not be the real.
So
Sarah
kind of like
says,
facing our fears, huh?
Sarah's like, as above, as so below.
Yes.
Well, as above as so below, I'm going to shoot it in the fucking face. Let's go.
I wonder what my deepest darkness is then.
Right. And I'm saying that 14, that flop.
Sarah's just gonna keep reassuring Taylor and just be like, look, you can face them. They don't control you anymore. They can't harm you. You can beat them.
Let's beat these shadows to death.
You can win. You can take your life back, Taylor.
When you are closer, when you're roughly at the edge of whatever light is shining, and you are in the, I would say in the shadow, but everything's in shadow. You are in the presence of these massive, strange towers.
Hello, ladies.
They shudder and they sort of come, not to life, because they weren't necessarily dead or not there before, but they seem to come sort of to attention, heads rising, not all as one. They move a little bit separately. This is a woman who is about, let's see, you guys are in ninth grade, so
Yep.
that would be about 14 to 16 years old would be the maximum spread. She is about a decade and change older than you guys. You would place her late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. Quite beautiful in a sort of polished porcelain kind of way. A cold, a cold presence, and one of them says, the one, number 3, says, "We can send you back. This will all be over."
That's pretty.
Is that a
fun.
threat? I think that's a threat.
You need go no further.
And what will happen if we do?
They sort of look at each other. And this one says to you, Sarah, would you like a tutor? Would you like to learn the things that are secret and to see the things that are unseen?
So, you like Sarah's
Sarah,
just
don't
like
you fucking dare!
Sarah's just like,
Isn't half the fun discovering it for yourself, Sarah?
Let's not go there. I
I
say,
say now,
so,
Sarah, you even make a move, I'm going to smack you so hard with this gun.
so even if the answer were yes, see, the problem is, and let me assure you, you are looking very organic and alive and not a bit animatronic. So I don't want to imply anything negative about your appearance here, but you're probably here to stop us and delay us. And if we were to take your kind and generous offer, it would probably end up fucking her. And we really need to be on our way.
Yeah,
So
just
if you-
Either move along or we will dispatch you back to the Disney workshop you came from.
I wouldn't mind dismantling you. This will be fun.
This is a side note, out of character. When you said animatronic, the only thing I could think of is just that one freaking Five Nights at Freddy's song. Join the animatronic family. Like, fuck no, fuck no, fuck no.
They all look at each other. And this one, number one, says, "You have been nothing but a thorn in our side."
I mean,
You're
that's
empty
the
husk.
point.
They all look around, looking up into the gray space around it, into the nothing. And this one, number one, she says, "The dust from your board falls incessantly here, building piles of darkness and brick, piles of metal and windows and cars and despair, all of it filtering down like silt. And now,
Is that why there's a city here because of pollution?
yes, your pollution." And
Well,
so
isn't this place
filtering
the opposite
down,
of ours?
and you
How
cost
deep
us.
are we?
We are going to open our mouth and we are going to swallow, they all say in unison, our likeness. And we are going, they all say in unison, to become. Everybody roll initiative.
I think they're coming.
Bring it on, bitches! Oh, damn it, I flipped by one.
Hey,
Oh,
I made it by
well,
0.
look at that, Vasily.
Woohoo! I made it by 0.
Yeah.
Initiative sucks, you know?
Okay,
There's
Russell?
Hmm?
Your initiative?
Oh, 0. I made it by 0.
Jules?
I flipped it by 1.
Vasily?
Made it by 0.
Sarah?
Let's see. Ooh, made it by 3.
Pretty good.
Sorry, that song is just on repeat in my head now.
I don't know what song you're talking about, but I'm happy I don't have it in my head.
I linked in the chat.
I'm not touching it.
What? Don't you want to talk to baby?
Not nine till after the session.
Alright, fine.
All right. The first person to go is Sarah.
Oh,
Yay.
I'm not surprised. It's the little butterfly.
I'm going to use, this time I'm going to, I think, well, actually no. I'm going to use my rainbows again. Because those seem to be working pretty well.
Power!
They seem to be working well and seem to be making Taylor like me more, so that's all that matters.
Okay. Remember, one of the things about how that works.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I completely
Doesn't matter.
botched that roll.
The rainbows go swirling past. is that the more so it's really good against people who are less powerful, because if you had a normal person with that blast, right, you're going to do like 14 points of damage, which to an average guy is a major wound and will take him out.
Yeah.
If you hit something early in the battle and it's substantially tougher than a normal person,
It's good battle music.
the odds of it having no effect are
battle
much
music.
higher.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
Still, it doesn't
that's
matter. I
fine.
completely missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That cost you, I think, 5 REA. Do you have another shot?
Oh, I do. All right, this time I'm going to use, since that failed miserably, I'm going to use chill this time.
Okay.
And just go, cold, frosty bitch. Go-
Probably pull the book.
Hey, that's an 11, which I think makes by 1.
Okay, that's a hit. Which one were you attacking?
Middle one.
Okay, so 2.
Hey, that's an 11. Plus 1 is 12.
Mhm.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
It's a slight reduction. 13 is the. Go ahead and it's impact damage. So
So it was like 11 impact.
11. Oh, 11 impact damage.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Okay. So
Well, no, wait. No, I mean 7 impact. My bad. So minus 1. So yeah, 7 impact.
okay.
And it has a. Oh, never mind. It doesn't. It doesn't really have a. It wasn't. I didn't make it by enough to.
It doesn't hit by enough to freeze them.
Yeah.
So you bellow this frost cone into person number 2, into amethyst number 2, and for a moment you see her go white, frosty, frozen with icicles sort of crackling off her, but she doesn't stick. She doesn't stay frozen. Go ahead. Okay, so that was Sarah. Now we are looking at Vasily and Russell.
So
How far away are we from them?
I'm going to say that you guys are about medium reach from them. You guys are like right across from them.
Okay, so we're like face to face.
Yeah.
oh, I can't
Yeah.
explode everything then.
Well, you could throw it behind them.
I could do that. Would I be able to get all of them in an explosion?
Not without hitting your friends.
Ah. I'll try and get 2 of them then.
Okay, go ahead and roll. What's your to hit roll? Well, you want a plus. Yeah. So normally, if you're attacking a normal person with an explosion, you get +4 to hit to catch them just somewhere in the blast radius. I'm going to give you +2 to catch 2 of them, and if you miss it at +2, you get nobody.
Alrighty. So my throwing looks like a 13 at minimum. So at max to the hit. So alrighty then. So that's a +2, right? So
You
that
got
becomes a 13. That becomes
Yeah, that becomes a
Or-
13. Right. Well, your
So
to hit
that-
roll becomes a 15 or less. So you get okay. So you're going to do half
So I
damage
make
to
it.
2 of them. Yes, by 0. So you're going to do half damage to 2 of them.
Alright.
Now, the good news is with an explosion, the damage modifier is automatically +4, except for the person you hit directly, where it can be higher. So go ahead and make an impact roll and add 4.
Alright. So that's 17.
Okay, good roll. What's the damage?
So 17's a +2, right?
Yeah, but what's
So-
the base? The base damage is halved.
The base. So I'm medium, right? So that's gonna
Yep.
be 18.
All right, so the half that is 9 plus 2 is 11. You do 11 to 2 of them. I'm going to say that's 3 and 4.
Yep. Do I have one more movement, or does that take all my REA?
You have to read the actual power. I don't know if it's 5 to create and 5 to throw, or if it's just 5 to throw.
It doesn't say anything about how much it doesn't say about anything for creating. So
It doesn't say it's 5 to throw.
it says damage listed. It talks about the damage and the range, but it doesn't list how much.
Okay. All right. For now, I'm going to say it's just 5 to throw. So yes,
Okay.
you have another. That cost you 5.
I'll take another shot then.
Okay. Are you going to go for the same 2 or a different 2?
Let's go for the same 2.
Okay.
Lay on the punishment, more or less.
You chuck 2 of them.
I make it by 5.
Okay. Go ahead and roll and add. It's still because you're not hitting one directly. You're still just adding 4.
Okay. Okay, so that's 15.
Yep. Okay.
All
What is that? +1. So that's 12.
So it's 12. So
I believe if you're doing 11, you're doing 9 points of damage.
still have.
Yeah,
even
still
if I
have.
hit?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's
yeah,
18.
because you're not hitting one directly.
Ah, it's fair. Okay, so 18 half. That's 9. So it's 10.
Yeah, that sounds right.
All right. I think that's it for me.
Well, that's
Lots of
not
explosions.
bad. Hold on. This causes wounds. One of them rolls a 2 and it's fine. One of them rolls a 6 and is fine. Vastly.
Oh lord.
So I'm going to chop at the one in front of me.
Okay. When you come to chop her, there's this moment of an expression on her face, like disbelief, like rainbow blast and freeze blast and energy grenades being thrown is one thing, but when you actually go to axe beak her, there's this appalled look of of shock and outrage.
It's yes, it's pretty vulgar. I'm sorry. I rolled a 7, so there's that. I axe beak her right in the face.
You cleave in and you hit by 3. You want to spend success points?
I hit by 3. Still spend a success point. You can get it to a hit by 4.
Okay, that doubles to a hit by 8.
Okay, damage plus 8. That's 11 plus 8 is 19.
Believe that double.
19, yeah, that'll double. So it's 22 points of penetrating damage. Chop.
Okay. Splack, which one did you hit?
The middle one, I guess, the one in front of me.
Well, there's 4, so 2. I'm gonna say that
1
you
through
hit
4.
2. You hit 2. Okay, you hit her, and there is this. I mean, you axe beak her right in the face, and she goes down.
There's blood all over my face.
There's a splot. No, there's small red embers all over.
Okay. I looked at the one next to me.
Okay,
Nice.
she's like, ew.
Yeah. I wipe my beak with my sleeve, sort of polishing it, and I say, so up there, our civilization has polluted and disrupted yours, and you're really put out by it. Sort of like the Europeans and the Native Americans. Do I understand this right?
Yeah, that's a comparison.
blank look of fury.
Okay, because
killed the-
if I've basically got the narrative, then I'm expecting we're going to feel really bad about all this in a few generations. We'll all be dead. I hit the next one. Or I tried to. I roll a 16.
She dances back, but she is furious. Her eyes have just gone wide. it's like coming out of your house in the morning and seeing this kind of grotesque little slug on a leaf, pausing to look at it, a little bit disgusted or put out, and then having it whip out 2 middle fingers and hurl vulgar expletives at you.
So basically, Jules in slug form.
Yes.
Maybe. They get to go.
One down, 3 to go.
Yeah. Well, so number 1 and number 3 and 4. Number 1 is going to reach towards you, Sarah. And there is this blizzard of red embers that comes out of her hands, projected through her. And she rolls a 14. It goes, this cone of them goes past you. You have this vision. You think that the real Amethyst, wherever she is in the top world, is starting to come apart like a shirt hung on a line out to dry, being hit by a hurricane, where pieces of it are just being torn away. This is a piece of it being torn away as it goes swirling past you, and you have the images of this church of pews, and in each of the pews, crowding in them, are human-sized grubs with their bald little heads, all mouth, making these needy croaking noises as their grotesque segmented bodies squirm.
Ice.
Number 3. Well, that only happens once every 3 turns. So
damn it.
yeah, it's got to recharge. Number 3 is going to fire at you, Vasily. The roll is a 3. You're at no negative to be hit?
I am not at any negative to be hit. It just hits me.
By 7, but it's only a 6. 13. 12 points of impact damage.
What did it do to me?
It fires this so it's like a cone of red sparks, red embers that comes out. These are projections from whatever thing is here, and it feels, like I said to you, like it's going through a filter, like a filter of amethyst, and it's tearing that filter to pieces. But
It did 13 points of damage to me?
12 points of impact.
Okay. So that is, that's not I have 27 damage points in my Wonderland form. So that's not a major wound, but it is a minor wound. So I make a con roll. I roll a 4, so that makes it by a lot. That my con is 9, so that makes it by 5.
No
so
effect.
I'm well. I don't have any. I'm not stunned or dazed, but if I hit like that again, I will be badly hurt and in rolling in onto needing to go to the hospital. So I'm less cavalier about my situation than I was a minute ago.
There, Amethyst has her hand buried in the opened stomach of a kitten, pulling its internal organs out as it struggles.
Jesus Christ.
What the fuck?
Are we just like getting that psychically?
Yeah, well, it's so whatever. Yeah, when these things attack you, they're tearing off pieces of her, and you're getting these little flashes of image from her.
We need to go pay Amethyst a visit when we're done here.
You think if this continues even a little bit more, Amethyst left.
Even so.
Well, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Might be a bit of both.
What's your negative to be hit, Jules?
have no idea.
Actually, I guess this is probably at Russell since he went. So Russell, what's your negative to be hit? No negative, right?
Negative.
Yeah. What's your agility?
Oh yeah, they have
My
no idea what I
agility.
can do.
It's
boy.
it's 10.
Okay, you're at no negative to be hit,
Yep.
and it rolled a 10, which means it hits by 0.
By 0. Alrighty.
And it rolls a 5, which is, I think, a quarter damage.
Does damage carried over from the last fight? I did take damage though.
Did you take damage in the last fight?
I took a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, damage would carry.
Okay, so how much?
No, hold on a second. Sorry about that. The roll of a 5 is 33%. You take 4 points of damage.
4? Okay, so last time I took, I think, 6, and I have 30. I think I have 30.
Yeah, so you're still
32,
okay.
So I'm okay so far.
Yeah, well, if you have 30, that's different than 32. Do you have 30 or 32?
I believe I have 30. Yes.
Okay, so you're now at 10 points of damage. At this point, you are at hurt condition. 1 point of damage, any damage, will force a minor wound roll.
Okay.
So now you're hurt badly enough that even a fairly light punch will have a chance of having an effect.
Hey Jules, don't punch me Don't punch me at all.
Jules,
okay?
you get to go.
Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. So, how far are these bitches from us?
They're pretty close. They're like 2 yards, 2 yards, 4 yards away, somewhere in there.
Are they close together?
They are pretty close together. They're all in a row like you guys are.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Because I'm going to go ahead and use one of my other twists, Eyes of Hate.
Okay. Go
It
ahead.
goes out in a cone, so... Okay. It's... let me see if I... Fired in a cone, +2 large weapon to hit bonus. So...
Okay. So, the way large weapons bonus is that it adds to your chance of hitting, but it does not add to your damage modifier. So, what's your roll to hit?
Let me see here. 46. I assume this is ranged, or...
It's ranged attack, so it's either coordination or firearms.
Okay, unfortunately I don't have firearms. This is upsetting. Not that it matters, I made it by...
Roll a 4.
4. What's your coordination?
10.
10?
6.
So
I made it by 6.
Well, yeah, you made it by 6. Now, you would have hit, if they were at -8 to be hit, you still would have hit them because of the +2 large weapons bonus. So you fire this like searchlight of red fury, and it splatter. Which one did you hit? 1, 2, or 4?
I'll be honest, I'll be aiming for the one in the middle, so 2.
2 is down. So sorry,
Okay.
1, 3, or 4? 3. You go for 3.
Yeah, 3.
Okay, it slams into her. Oh, by the way, Russell, when you got hit by her, she is standing there in this room, and there is a young man kneeling on the ground. He has a broken hand. He's holding it, cradling it, and it is a bloody pulp mess. She is holding a hammer.
You're gonna pay for what you've done to these people.
Yeah, well, you can feel her shrieking as this thing behind one of these huge things out there in the darkness is reaching through her towards you.
Do I feel that thing?
Yeah, that's the thing. Yes. Okay, so Jules, you hit her by 6. It's a penetrating attack. Oh no, it's Eyes of Hate, so it's impact, right?
Impact. 20 impact.
Okay, so roll and add 6.
That is 20.
Okay, on the impact damage table, a roll of a 20 is +3. You can spend 1 success point to make it 1.5.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah, I mean, you could spend more success points to try to get it up higher, but okay, mark down the success point, 1.5 times, 30 points of damage.
It's dead.
Okay, I don't think I've actually used any of the success points from
Yeah,
my
I don't-
thing yet.
right.
So how many did that give us?
1. So you
So,
hit.
yeah, Kansas soda, because I haven't used any yet. So I
Yeah,
want
so
to
that
use-
was 10. So you have 9 now.
Okay.
The blast just tears her to pieces. There's this flurry of red embery fireflies.
As is happening, Jules just kind of is maniacally cackling.
On the ground in the library, amethyst, full of worms of hate and fury and basically degradation, is coming apart, literally on the ground. There are paramedics. Yeah. So you that is that. How many shots do Eyes of Hate get?
It is rate of fire 2 times per round, so I can go for
Okay,
another one.
you get another shot. Yep.
Let's go!
Is 3 not down?
Damn it, missed by 1.
Well, that's a hit by 0. Go ahead and add 0
Oh,
because you
yeah.
have large weapon bonus. You
Right.
catch.
Actually, that's hit by 1 then, because +2, that's not.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, but it doesn't add to damage mod. So
Right.
it's just a hit by 0.
Ah, damn it. 2,
4.
4, 5.
5. 5 is a third. So 7 points of damage. Which one did you? I guess you hit number 4.
Yeah. Just, bitch!
Minor wound.
And she kind of stands, she's like, that was not nearly as impressive. God damn it.
Nice shot.
She beats
Okay, everybody
oh,
roll
damn it.
initiative. Oh, one more person. I think that's everybody. One more person gets to go.
No, I think I was last in the initiative.
You are the last in line, but there is a yell from the side.
Huh?
And
Oh.
Taylor, with her hands out like claws, crashes into number 1, rolling a. She can feel these things too. You all can. When
do it, Taylor.
they're-
You got this. Go, Dad. They can't stop you now,
She
Taylor.
rolls-
You got this.
She
Fight 'em,
rolls
fight
an
'em.
8, crashing into them, and there is this annihilation reaction when she crashes into number 1. There is this flash of darkness and light, like a yin yang symbol swirling out in a near mushroom cloud like configuration. Taylor is gone. So is number 1. You think that this isn't the of her. This is the resurfacing. She falls upon it, and they both just collide out of existence. The pieces of Taylor that were taken by Amethyst interacting with the pieces of Amethyst that were hooked into Taylor. The other two. One of the other ones vanishes. There's one left, very badly hurt, and it is the amethyst is laying on the ground, sort of boiling and bubbling. These like I said, red embers or fireflies coming off of her, moving up into the air.
Well then.
And she says, "You didn't let us in."
Why would we?
Her eyes go to the towers.
I say, what would you offer me? What make your best offer now? What would it be
Taylor, get him.
for us to?
Get him, Taylor.
Vastly.
Take back what's yours, Taylor.
She looks at you, the thing looking through her.
We're reasonable people, as you know. You've studied us. Go ahead.
Partly.
Offer us.
Well-
Offer us the world, the universe. Offer us power.
Please.
Paternus,
Offer us knowledge.
amicus, paternus, amicus. I can bring you father.
I chop her.
You bury the axe. She explodes. There is nothing but the tower, the clock tower. Its echo shadow of it, and then beyond it, these monumentally high things. And there's ladders and staircases.
Do I feel a tug in my chest at all? Is the thing moving around?
The thing is in bad shape. When he chops it, the thing is just gone. It's swirling away back somewhere even further into the blackness. And some of the other huge mountain range things out there are turning towards it.
Looks like it's running away.
You think it might be worse than running away. It's sinking, and these things are going after, turning on each other.
Oh.
It looks like they're eating each other. We should probably get moving.
Yeah, let's go. Let's move.
I'm gonna see what's. As we're moving, I'm gonna check on Taylor, see like, hey, how you feeling? You know.
Taylor's gone. She
She went.
She fucking appeared. She's gone, girl.
She's back on chessboard 1 or
zero.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, I thought she had gotten something back or something or whatever. Never mind. I misinterpreted that.
No, that's fine.
Looks like we got some climbing to do.
Yeah, go ahead, take care of the screaming toddler while we figure out what the fuck we're doing next.
Well, you can climb.
Uh,
When you touch the tower, there's staircases and a plaza down here that you can't see. And then there's the white hull of this thing smeared with dirt and dust and age and decay, or maybe not. Maybe it's just being down here, and the same sediment that created the town has fallen on it. You don't know. You can see the duct systems, the industrial walkways, and everything rising up into the shadow, and you can climb it. You can climb the staircase, and there's metal catwalks, and
let's go. Russell leads the way.
Is going to
running
take
ahead.
us
Russell,
forever.
when you touch it, the tower is you.
What?
You don't know how, you don't understand why, but each one of these towers and the 4 of them together, each one of them is one of you.
Huh.
And as you guys start climbing it, the mist condenses and falls around you, and then up ahead, when you guys think you'd be around here or something like that, what you actually see is daylight, sunlight.
What the hell?
So
what's going on?
You guys you guys emerge back into the town, and that is the end of this game.
What?
wait, what?
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 I'm confused.
What?
What?
Well,
Hang on.
so
We wake up.
you guys ascend. You guys climb these towers. Each tower represents so.
Yes, please
A bit
explain.
that's fine. A bit of illumination. So remember that that in the timeline, when the abomination, that huge thing that was out there in the mist, makes contact with Amethyst, when Amethyst pulls it up in the future that never happened, thankfully, it becomes her, but somebody builds a bunker that several people are kept alive in. Remember, that was the Escher hallways, the staircases,
That
the place
entire
where you,
clusterfuck.
that was the green time that you wound up in. That's was called the bunker. That was actually built by a set of very, very sharp shadows who were working emergency overtime once things started going from bad to really bad to apocalyptic, to try to salvage what they could of the town, including one of their teachers. Those shadows made an appearance as reflections on chessboard 1 and chessboard 0 when the three of your shadows went and gunned down the crossfire of Dominion church fanatics and Russian mafia, and actually Russian intelligence.
So
The towers. What's that?
if I'm putting this together right,
So basically, what happened was
Basically-
we just prevented everything that was supposed to happen, and then now we're back on chessboard 1.
Chessboard 0, yes.
1
Also,
or 0?
these-
I thought you ascend to 1, and then you just sort of bump back up to 0 or something.
Well, it can happen either way. You guys are back in the real world. That's where the campaign is. And these towers, there's 4 towers. There's 4 of you. They were apparently whatever they represent. Well, they represent you, or represented by you, or by your extremely sharp bladed shadows. We're actually keeping the darker things away from the well, at least for a time. So those things the 4 of them were indicative of yourselves.
Huh.
we had humongous presence.
While we were running around being regular high school students, well, for some definition of regular.
While we were running around being those meddling kids.
Yeah,
And
our
they're
shadows were down here building these giant towers that repel the atrocity.
There we go. Yeah, that makes sense.
So
Yeah, that checks.
we became stronger and became basically towering things in the future, essentially.
So now do we get the epilogue?
I'm still partly confused, but okay.
The only reason why I understand what's going on is because I read the book and I understand the metaphysics of this world.
So when we in Wonderland, you exist on, a regular person runs around chessboard 0, which is the real world, and you cast a shadow down into Wonderland, which typically acts like you but insane, which you're unaware of. But if somebody goes down there, they might see you, they might run into you, but they would see you acting kind of crazy.
When you go down into Wonderland, that shadow comes up to take your place and try to imitate you as best as it can.
As a reflection, right? So people don't see you missing. What they see is you acting like a nut. And then, when you come back and you're like, wow, the whole world went crazy. Everybody looks at you sadly and goes, no, you went crazy. You go, oh, I'm nuts. So that's the way Wonderland works, right? So in this case, our shadows don't act crazy. In fact, they act more sane and directed and more together and mission-oriented and effective than we are. So they built these towers. We had no knowledge of it because you don't know what's your shadow. You're not aware of your shadow, nor do you know anything about it.
Right.
So when we started going down into Wonderland, when things started getting bad, I guess we needed to go down there, and I guess by hooking up with the towers, we reset them or restarted them or something.
Yes.
Point is, everything's fine now. It's fine.
And we averted the catastrophe.
Crisis averted.
Save the day.
By reuniting our real selves with the towers that our shadow selves had built in some way we don't fully understand.
And now we go into the epilogue.
Yeah,
So
let's go
basically,
ahead
we
and get
became
this handled.
whole. We became whole in the end. Dear God, that's actually kind of terrifying.
So yeah, so
We basically had to go down to hell and then come back up. Holy hell!
as these things tend to work, yes.
I don't even think we went that deep.
No, probably not.
No,
not.
we only went down to maybe chessboard 2.
I think chessboard 2 is where we were on chessboard 2 at the end, and
That's nowhere. That's
I
nowhere
got a
for
feeling
Wonderland.
this is a hook for something else.
There
Let's
is-
go ahead with the epilogue. Let's go.
There is
Let's go.
7 chessboards in total. We went to 2.
Okay. Anyway, epilogue. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yep.
How do we want to handle the epilogue?
Well,
You guys want to narrate it?
well, Sarah's
All right.
Sarah's immediately going to go try and track down Taylor.
I think I'm going to go check on Taylor
Yeah,
and
first-
also
Yeah.
check on what's probably the national media frenzy that is
Yeah,
the
there's a
unraveling of the cult.
Where were
well,
we-
the shootout at the you guys are shocked to discover that there was a massive, absolutely inexplicable shootout at town hall,
Wow, I can't believe it.
including the kind of road warrior spy.
Well,
Several.
Sarah knows, but the rest of them don't because Sarah was there for it.
Yeah, right. Well, you know,
Yeah.
you
wonder
managed
what
to.
Good thing my father had nothing to do with any of that.
I am totally able to feign innocence and such shock and awe. How? Whoa! Wow! How could anyone do that?
I have no idea what happened.
Well, it would be useful for you to tell us because otherwise we might, like my father thinks I was there when in fact I wasn't. My reflection was.
I'm like, guys, just act like you weren't there.
But you tell
Hey,
us
Leo.
what happened.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
What do you mean, Sarah? What the
Okay.
fuck?
I
I'll
have
tell
to
you about
step
later.
away from the computer for a bit. So
I'll tell you about it later. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Don't worry about it. Just I told you.
Sarah.
I told you.
Seriously,
Don't
what happened?
don't worry about it.
You tell me not to worry about it, I'm gonna fucking worry about it.
Yeah,
No, don't.
Jules,
Just don't.
let's-
If you worry about it,
Jules,
then
let's
then
just
you're
leave
gonna.
it.
Sarah, I might
then
not
you're
have
gonna
a gun
think
arm
about it.
anymore, but I will punch your lights out.
Jules,
Mhm.
Russell tries to
Mhm.
hold her back a little bit. Calm down a little. Let's take this one step at a time. She'll
Okay,
explain it to us whenever we're in a good place and we're safe, okay? So let's find a private place and get out of the damn street.
Yeah, let's
wherever the fuck
find-
we
Fine,
are.
but can you
got-
not hold me like this? This is fucking
The
awkward.
point is you don't want to be seen right now, and we need to find Taylor so she's not seen right now, and so I'm not seen right,
Taylor?
and so I'm not seen right now.
So where the fuck is Taylor?
Let's just go.
Just gotta be nearby.
Great, we got hunt for the church girl. It's been fucktastic.
Huh. It's weird feeling that thing run away, by the way.
I mean, I'd imagine so. God
Hmm.
damn it. Wasn't exactly the way I'd imagined we finished this, but, you know, it's better than
I got
just
a
the
warm
Wonko
feeling in my
shit.
chest right now. Feels pretty good.
yeah.
I'd ponder how and why that's possible, but let's not get into the
And now we
semantics
talk
of
about
it.
looking forward to season 2.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
God.
Season 2, guys.
Stranger Wonderland all grown up.
Stranger Wonderland College Edition.
Oh god.
Huh.
I would like to do that.
We got older fast.
I mean, college isn't that bad. I mean, depends on where in college we pick up at.
Yeah.
It could be just after graduating for high school. It could be in the middle of our college freaking studies. Who knows? We gotta figure that out. Once in
How old
Monaco
will we
gets
be?
back.
How
Michael!
much time will skip? Who knows?
I mean, I'm sure we'll debate it out. But it's going to be interesting because that means we're going to have to develop these characters to fit that age. And oh god, oh Jules, oh
Oh.
Lord,
That should be pretty easy.
What?
Found a thing. My understanding of D&D is that the GM has the power to make the next quest a heist, but the players control whether the background music for the heist will be the Pink Panther theme, the Mission Impossible theme, or the Benny Hill theme. It is also my understanding that the players do not have conscious control of this, and that they will also end up choosing the Benny Hill theme no matter what they do. That's it.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
pretty
it.
much
That's
it.
the game.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Honestly, at some point, Zach, I'm gonna have to put you guys through something like that.
Huh?
Through the Benny Hill theme?
Or at least
What, a heist?
a sort of quest that basically breaks down into the Benny Hill theme.
I mean,
Just to see
that
how
can
the fuck you
happen
guys handle
now.
it. Huh?
I mean, that can happen. Literally in this next dungeon that you sent
Hey,
us
guys.
into. It can.
All right,
you're
so
not
we're
really
looking for
pushing it
Taylor. Sarah's
Yeah,
telling
what's
them not to worry about. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
And we
she
need to
doesn't
find
tell
Taylor.
us what. Does she tell us what happened though? Do I know that my dad saw me running around with a gun?
She's going to tell you when we find Taylor and are in a
And
safer
get somewhere
place.
safe.
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah, let's find Taylor and then fucking get somewhere to some little safe place. I don't care where at this point.
Okay.
I just need answers.
Well, answers are not fast in coming. So, Taylor, it turns out, comes back up in the parking lot of Ox Industries.
Oh, we're going to be walking a while.
Where the hell are we?
Well, you guys wind up not too far. You can see the towers of Ox Industries from the.
Hey, would you look at that? Ain't that familiar?
You guys are like out in the weeds, and you can see these three towers. Yeah, it's kind of familiar. They're much smaller, and it's a
Let's go.
blue
Let's
clear
go
day.
to
And
its
dare I
civilization.
ask, how the fuck did we end up all the way out here?
Let's not question it too hard.
Yeah,
So,
I want to question it!
Sarah's just going to be like,
Do you want to go insane?
Sarah's just going to be like, I'll explain the metaphysics to you guys later. Now is not the time.
Oh god, not more of your cult.
Well,
bullshit.
there's a police car there. Taylor is sitting in the on the back of an ambulance that has pulled up. Apparently, Ox Industries is entirely empty.
So Sarah's going to immediately rush Taylor.
Well, she sees you. Yeah, she hugs you and she says, "I didn't know if you were alive. I didn't know if I was alive."
So Sarah's just like, you just disappeared in this big flash of light. Hold up, no, we'll talk about this. What happened later? If you know what I mean.
Well, they've already diagnosed her with some kind of shock, and apparently whatever she said early on didn't make any sense. Somebody was able to call in a report.
Oh dear.
Yeah, somebody
no.
called.
Report on what?
Well, on Taylor appearing semi-traumatized in the parking lot. And she said that there was a car there that in the distance, like near the gatehouse, that leads into the parking lot, that took off, the red Spider convertible.
Oh.
That was toothy guys.
Miley is gone.
So, I am gonna need to stop here.
No.
Alright.
Oh,
Aw.
it is a wrap.
Well, so the only thing I wanted to get out of this epilogue is basically Sarah's going to offer Taylor to teach her occult shit. Essentially.
Well, she is entirely bewildered and slightly traumatized, but she is interested in understanding
Yes.
what happened.
Yes.
And Jules is in here just like, you're going to teach a church girl the occult. Oh my god, the world's upside down now!
The world is upside down.
Let's just
I don't
go
understand it anymore. Russell, come here!
Yeah,
Russell,
I don't
Sarah
understand
has
anything anymore.
Sarah has her apprentice, and all is good.
Russell comforts Jules. It's okay, Jules. I'm going insane too. Everything's a bit topsy turvy.
Ugh.
And
Let's
that's
just
where
get the fuck back home.
That's where
Let's
the
go
game
home.
ends. And now we look forward to season 2.
Season
Yeah,
2.
which I already am getting
Isn't
ideas.
that right?
Mm.
Isn't that right, Marco?
I hear that begrudging groan.
Let me see what I can do.
Yeah.
I heard that begrudging DM groan of just, oh god, not more.
No, not again. Not more of these bastards.
I'll say this, you got plenty of time, so just
I'm-
whenever you get an idea and can start building on it, it's fine with us.
I'm interested in it, so definitely. Let me see what I can put together.
Okay.
I said you got plenty of time because we'll probably wait till after the holidays to start up again.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's gonna be a little while, but
Yeah.
Yeah, because we got Thanksgiving next week, and then we basically have the entirety of December to get through. So
yeah.
you got time. You got nothing but time.
You got some time. All right,
Got some
guys,
time.
good game.
Good
Hey,
game.
Marco.
Thank you all for watching, and
Thank you.
look forward to season 2, maybe in January or something.
Uh-huh.
in the
Yeah, we'll
meantime,
wait for that.
Maybe.
I'll see you all later. Tune in
Live
next
on,
time,
play
and
strong, and roll out.
thank you all for watching.
See ya.